Thank you, everyone. Yeah, hot from straight from Sydney, Australia, where it's very warm. The surface high. This has just come into my little hot hands. This is called Etruscan Miniatures. It comes as a little set of about 13 poems written in a place called Orvieto, which is in Umbria, down in Italy, last year. And it's the centre of the pre-Roman Etruscan civilization. Fantastic place, very beautiful. And before I went last August, the weather was slightly better than here, but it was raining heavily for 3 days. And I'm going to begin with 3 poems here, which are all about, one of the best things about Orvieto is Orvieto Classico, it's white wine. Fishbones swam through Orvieto's limestone tufa, the city ploughing beneath the surface temperature. A dream sequence of well-trodden steps rising and falling in terza rima. The ghost flicker of dead trades and traders flattened into frescoes of pigment and plaster. See how the bright colours cling to the setting medium. Egg tempura. The simple details of complex pattern and much power without reduction. Orvieto is a big place for the Renaissance popes to come and have erect their summer palace and gorge on the fine perch of the lakes and fine food. Orvieto, they have lots of caves under the city, built on or whole areas once under the sea. You have these this limestone tufa on which the city's built, with sheer sides and full of fish, petrified fish. And they build these, they put in tunnels to cool their wine and to breed pigeons for the feast table. Still there, and they're all still there. You can go around and look at them. And every big house will have its wine cellar, just dug down and down and down. Beneath Orvieto lay caves for wine and birds fattened for feast tables. The mist rolling in like the holy sea across olive groves, the next valley's vineyard symmetry, marching from end to end of recorded history. Jimmy Joyce called white wine electricity, red wine was steak. I call it white lightning. And this is for Orvieto Classico. Fine, you cannot get a hangover on that. Toscano grapes, cool conductors of white lightning, awaiting distill and blend and ripening in cellar chiaroscuro. When light and alcohol has entered every bottle, the Holy Ghost in the fresco, flushed by Orvieto Classico. Gallons of white wine pouring like sunlight through rain. With this glass, celebrate the sun's return. Lunchtime, illuminated blood. And where is this? It's called watermelon. There's nothing better if you are dehydrated. Just buy a huge watermelon, cut it in half, and plunge your face in. And where we were staying outside Orvieto, and it was quite a remote little place with a unpaved track, very steep hills, and every car that tried to get there broke down, couldn't get up there. We all had to get out and walk and push and stuff like this. This mixes all this up in this poem. Watermelon. That the steepness of the track defeated every car that came should have told us something about arrival and actualization. But who could listen over the driving rain and wind from the Aegean, warm to the touch? This pen following the next morning's breeze and our frescoed selves on the slopes through the trees, negotiating the next hairpin of a marriage. Wheel buckling tracks up ahead, weighed down with our luggage, and 15 kilos of smiling watermelon carried uphill in torrential rain. And when the rain stopped, the music started. We cleaved it in two and twice again and shared it out like an urgent message, burying our mouths in its soft pink flesh and waters of oblivion. This is a kind of post, this is the morning after the night before, called Glasses. Or it might be still the night after the night before. The children dancing as if they were antlered. Our blurred figures scratching at matches in the shade of the vine, young with grapes. First cigarettes taken. The stock of age, a half-dozen reading glasses on the table of bottles emptied overnight to milky dawn, and a plan hatched for pan-fried perch at Trattoria del Moro on the shore of Lake Bolsena. Its house speciality, anguilla alla Venezia, lake eel in Venezia wine. The dish of gluttonous popes in the soul food kitchen of Dante's Purgatorio. And I'll finish here. This is a poem. This is the last one I'll read from this little bit. This is called Mushroom Robert. And it's a guy called Robert. He's in his 60s, former architect. Very nice guy. Doesn't look 60s at all. He's 40. And he was talking about hunting for mushrooms in autumn in Richmond Park in Hampton Court. And it's a very misty morning in the autumn when you're going to get a crop like that appear. And he had other people around him, other creatures around him looking for the same thing, namely the deer of the Royal Park. And he told us, when he told this story, it's dead the same. It was very, it was a mistier morning, 5 a.m., something like that. We're all sitting outside. Morning cloud hangs on the vine, and Robert's face looms from the mist in mushroom season at Hampton Court. Eye to eye with royal deer, intent on the same crop. Two athletic, warm-blooded animals grazing their way around the elemental tabletop of crumpling hallucination that swam through every mammal like images on a closing fan. We're the last ones standing, scattered around the terrace like Etruscan statues, concentrating daylight in a cloudy glass of spirits. The morning's enchantments slipping half-formed across the surface of the eye. Robert swallows a mouth of pollen and speaks like an oracle. Took hours to find them, he said. And when he did, suddenly you'd see them all. Mushrooms by the score. As if by seeing them and eating them raw, they came. Mycelium feeding straight into the human brain, scrabbling for highs with the startled deer of royal parks. The sorcerer at Chauvet Cave dancing to Bowie tunes from scary mosques. And this book is here, it's available, it's got some paintings, there's a half-dozen paintings from Orvieto here. And there's another book I'll be reading from a little bit later. But thank you very much.
Thank you.